Mary, a defense attorney, went as far today as
I ain't finna I got away with this shit.
If I'm business, yeah. See, look. Won't miss. Won't put a rim. Let's go. I'll figure you out. I ain't gonna work it out. Cause regular. He's a regular. To that bitch back. She the fed. Look, you living out. You look scary out. Can't fuck that bitch right. That love ain't you for the world. I got. Don't get that shit up. Too deep, it's better do me. I put his girl all in my training camp like I relieve. I say what I do and I do what I say, bitch. What the fuck you mean? If I'm more right, that's good. Then good, but hang with dumb bitches. Till I'm way too fly for one sister. And then she leave a priest, I won't miss her. I'm gonna put a ring around it. Oh, no. Bitch, for the street like basketball goes. Simple, bitch. Now I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. Now I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. You civilian out. Nah, failure out. I ain't gonna work it out. Cause I ain't regular out. I get paper, bro. Got my standards up. You a munchkin out. Catching these. Check my favorite out. I'm a player. You worried about these broke ass bitches. And don't compare yourself to simp ass niggas. Bitch be saying they got that paper. Look, they let me ish. The penalty and my energy got me feeling me. Ice hitting on these diamond teeth that's into me. And I'm getting right and I'm stacking, getting to it. And these niggas. Till I'm way too one sister. And then she leave a piece, I won't miss her. I'm gonna put a ring around it. I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular out. No, I ain't gonna work it out. I ain't regular. You civilian out. Nah, failure out. Working.
Backstage.
Give a love to fuck bitches. I'm a woman with a nigga. Till they put me in. They put me in. I don't give a love to fuck about what the nigga gotta say. I'm a woman with a grave. I don't care what they say. Hey. Oh. Fuck with my sister, then I got a problem. I'm never gonna miss you. It's corner, I'm just being realistic. I be on them corner posted with the realest. If it's the Sabbath, then we going fishing. I'm reeling them in. That's a God-given mission. I'm really on 10, but I'm stamped in the picture. I get the order, be glad at this mission. Hebrew Academy, trying to put through the planets and right. She got they better man, niggas. I'm a prop, she gotta be listening. Tell her go make some business from scratch. She bitchin' the different breed of black men. We don't do the bad thing. I remember back. Rank, line up in the bank. We spend a lot on that. All that shit, bitch, with that ain't no sweat. Lord called a nigga out the world. I responded and called back. Oh Lord, and everything that they stole from us, fuck that shit. We want all that. Them niggas snitching in. Act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women in it. Fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up this way. Unaffiliated. Commanding General, your honor, we unaffiliated with them. They talk and they say they keep that shit 100. We affiliated with them. They ain't gonna ride until they die. So that's why we unaffiliated with them. We unaffiliated with them. I cannot fuck around with that nigga. We taking ground. You better. Tripping ain't mind blown. Swear business, forgive me. I don't get it pause when niggas say that they be looking for niggas to slide off. My rep, you be my nigga. Affiliated with them, telling lies, switching up the time. And that's why we affiliated with them. See, they always just like why y'all fuck weirdo shit. And to be honest, that's why we
Shalom, Israel, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We've been establishing teaching the truth since 1969 under Commander Journey Yohana. If it's not under ICPK, under that banner, it is not of the Lord. You are not in the truth. You are just another podcaster, another Christian church, another I think I know it all. You're not one mind. You're not one body, one spirit. In today's class, we're going to talk about the history of Black and brown people uniting and the symbolic meaning behind our oppressors trying to keep us from uniting. So forgive us for starting kind of late. We had technical difficulties with our laptop. Our oppressor is Satan trying to stop us. But, we're going to always be here to teach this truth, to push this truth. As usual, if y'all got any questions, just type your question in the chat. And I'll do my best to answer all your questions and get back with you. As we start this class, I wanted to go over just something about some troubling that I saw recently of a sister who killed her son by accident. And bear with me 1 second, so I'll make sure everything's up and running on social media. So I got my book up. Let me check the tube. Bear with me 1 moment. I don't know. Go ahead.
Oh, that sister you getting ready to talk about, I know her personally.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, me and her went to school together. I'm going to bring out some facts about her also.
Oh, imagine that. Salakia.
What a coincidence.
Yeah, so as a matter of fact, if it would allow us to, let's go ahead and pull the sister up real quick. Let me talk about the sister real quick, briefly. Or should I go and play the video?
Whichever one you want to do, I don't want.
Pull the sister up for me real quick.
Okay.
Make her split screens real quick, so we can talk about this sister real quick about what's going on. All right, so the brother has, as y'all can see, this sister name is Denaya Young. How you say the sister name? Denaya Young. And we have an article up about what this sister had done to her child. And this sister's about 29, sound about right?
Okay.
And what I read was that she has like 3 kids, maybe 4. A 14-year-old, a 4-month-old, and maybe like a 5-year-old or something like that. So the sister's probably still suffering from postpartum, dealing with that baby, but that's not to excuse her behavior. You know what I'm saying? So if whenever you feel free, as you play with it, see if you get that article up for me, if you could, Bobby Bashar. If we can share screen. If not, I'll just keep talking. We got an article about what this sister has done. And what I want to explain is to our people that we have to learn how to discipline our children, but not do it the way our slave master has taught us. A lot of ways we got beat as kids. That's the same way our oppressor beat us when we were slaves, or our great-grandparents, so forth and so on. So we got to learn how to, when is enough and what's appropriate. And Denaya, she had a boyfriend around, and he didn't stop her. He didn't say, hey, you're going too far. All right, that's enough. He said, and what so many women push is like, this is my child. Don't tell me how to whoop my child. They came out of me. I'm the mama. Well, yeah, they came out of you, but they also came from a man before they came into you or out of you. And we got to learn to say that no matter what, your child or not, some things are going too far. For an example, I know most people don't want to get involved with it, but let's just say the same woman that will say something like, this is my child, can beat her how I want. What happens when she's out in the grocery store and the boyfriend beating on her? I'm sure she wants someone to stop her, right?
Okay.
Wouldn't she want that? Wouldn't it be great if some nice citizen came along and said, hey, take your hands off that woman. Don't choke her down. Don't choke her to damn death. So we got to understand that we can't pick and choose when we want someone to stop us from being wrong. Like if it's right for a citizen to stop you from getting your brains, getting your eye black inside of Walmart, you know what I'm saying, or you've been choked to death, then it should be all right for a boyfriend to say, hey, maybe you beating this little 14-year-old too much. All right.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and chime in about the sister.
If I could, Sister Denaya Young, me and her went to school together. We started off seventh grade together, and we went all the way through high school together, graduated together. I knew the sister personally. I know
Shalom, Israel. Salakia, we having little problems.
Shalom, Israel.
All right. YouTube is fine, but Facebook isn't.
Yeah, I'm getting it back up on Facebook.
All right. So why you doing it? Why you doing that?
You want me to say what I've been saying again?
Yeah, kind of if you could.
Salakia.
We're just talking about the sister, and then I'll teach more of in class. I'm a little time frame.
Salakia, me and her started off in seventh grade together, middle school, went all the way through high school, graduated together. This sister, you know, she always had problems going on, you know, up there in her head. But this is not the first time she's been involved with the unaliving of somebody. The woman who I talked to today, her sister was unalived by Danae Young. You know, they was friends walking on the side of the street. They had a disagreement. You know, words got to pushing got to shoving.
Yikes.
And Danae, she pushed the woman who I talked to, sister, in front of an oncoming car. And the sister was unalive from that. But Danae was able to escape the charges of that because the driver of that car was drunk. So the police just believed that, okay, it was just a DUI. It was a drunk man driving. You know, ain't no harm done. So she was set free from that. But I do know the brother who she was talking to. You feel me? You know, all of them is from South Carolina. She's also from Sumter, South Carolina, where I'm from. And you know, it's just tragic, you know, to see a sister like this, you know, going through a situation like this and having to just, you know, basically just can't grasp hold of her situation and be able to control her anger. And that's really what it was. Like, she doesn't know how to control her anger.
So what for those of y'all who just tuning in, he's talking about the sister Danae Young. And this sister, he was telling about his experience of him dealing with the sister or knowing of her, and stating that this is not the first time she has unalived someone. But also, Lakamwan is also bringing out is that the sister has dealings. The sister has a little bit of trouble, a little bit of trauma, especially for temperament. That's basically saying she has a temperament, and you know, she's not a stranger towards some type of violent outbreak or violent lashing out, so to speak. And what we're about to bring out is we're going to read this article.
So like we're back live on Facebook.
I come on Son of Christ. I need to lower this camera down some, but
Kind of got you.
Just get the ceiling off. More if we could just bring it down, so this you go up a taste. Yeah, that's the wall. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Yeah, come. That's the wall. Yeah. So, what the Commonwealth is bringing out is that this sister that in school got into the altercation where she pushed a peer onto an oncoming car, and fortunate for her, what made it easy for her to get off was that when she pushed her peer onto that car, it ended up unaliving the girl, but the driver was drunk. So he was going to go to jail regardless. So she kind of like, you know, finessed her story and made it seem and blamed it all on the drunk driver.
Right.
Why are we bringing it up today? Because today, you know, you got like these kids, you know, they lazy, don't want to do nothing. You tell them to take out the trash at a certain time. They don't take out the trash. You tell them clean up their room. They don't want to clean up their room. You got a lazy teenager. We all done been like that. We all seen them. So she decides she's going to discipline that child. You got that article on your phone ready?
Kind of.
She's going to discipline her child. And let's read how many lashes, how many strikes, how many whippings or she gave this young boy?
Kind. The name of the article is "Stepfather Charged in Connection to Beating to Death of Teenage Boy in Seattle." The boy suffered at least 1,000.
Hold on for a second. 100?
The boy suffered at least 1,000.
1,000. I mean, god damn, like we all had ass whoops wheels coming up. Normally it'd be about 30, 40. A bit. You gotta catch your breath. You gotta start running. Pop, pop, pop. You know your mamas and dad, they missing, you know what I'm saying? Getting your arm, you know what I'm saying? Getting your thigh, your ribs, your knees or something. They said how many?
1,172 separate injuries.
1,000 injuries. Good night. Keep going.
During the over 3 hours of abuse.
Let me tell you something. And once you read the article, you'll hear her own confession saying that she whooped this child for a few hours, 3 hours. Another article I read, she said she whooped for about 5 hours. Nevertheless, you upset as your child, it should only last a couple seconds.
Right.
A couple seconds. Now, granted, she might got this disobedient child, and that's when that man was supposed to be there and intervene. But he was raised by his mother, or he listened to a woman tell him that he can't listen to his woman, or that's her child. Let me tell you some fathers or men out there. You dealing with a broad and she has a child. Yes, that is her child, but under your authority, they gotta follow your rules. So when you tell your woman, say your child broke the rules, they can't have no iPad, they can't have extracurricular activities. It's what the fuck. It's what you say. Let's go. Salakia. We cannot allow. Men has to be the authoritative figure. You have to say, no, these are the rules to this house. I'm not going to break them. You're not going to break them. And that's not a child's not going to break these rules. When you say to do something, it need to be what you say. Not, no, it's my child. That right there is already causing like the type of separation inside your own home.
Right.
Certain rules is only given to that child. No, these are the rules to this house. Children are going to obey. That is that on that. And your woman are going to obey you as well. If she don't, then she can excuse herself on out your life.
Right.
And we're not going to take none of this. It's my child. Yeah, it's your child. Oh, you don't want to listen to me? Okay, no sweat. I tell you that you should discipline your child and take away the game or take away the phone or take away extracurricular activities. And you don't? Okay, no sweat. Don't call me when they got kicked out of school. I ain't coming. No, that's your child. You go and get her. Well, let their ass stay in juvenile then. Let their ass stay at the aunties or go to their mothers or go to their grandparents. Men got to know when to step in. And the moment you take on a woman, she has another child, and that child is in your household, you got to step in then. It ain't no, that's hers. No, it's my household. And in this household, you're going to follow the rules. What's next? Like, you say no pork in my house, or you say no smoking, and they bring in a zip of weed, and you gonna say, well, that's your house, that ain't my kid. Damn that, I'm taking that zip of weed and I'm throwing it away. Mm-hmm. I'm taking your phone and I'm gonna blast you on social media. Go to your friends. Hey, look, this will happen when you get a disobedient child. We cannot allow women or men or young boys or young girls to rule the household. Men, boyfriends, fathers, you have to take authority of your house. You have to take all of your power back so that way you can stop things like this. So that when you see a woman beating a child for 3 hours, and you got to be like, bro, ain't you tired yet? All right, damn, he ain't take out the trash. All right, cool, no sweat. I got other methods to discipline him. Like 1,000 lashes, like you have to bear some type of culpability because we have to know that what we're doing is wrong, and we cannot allow women to take on this masculine role. They just ain't cut out for it. They're supposed to be the nurturers. Could you imagine what takes you out? It's one thing for a father to do it. He over-aggressive. He went too far. But a mother, the nurturer, most people run to their mother to run from their father. When they like, oh, Dad, I had enough. No, you didn't. He run a mama. Babe, he had enough.
Right.
Okay, he had enough. Okay, just one more. That's it. That type stuff. So now we got to understand that men have to step in, and we don't give a damn if it's not your child or not. Like I was saying earlier before we had little difficulties. If a woman was getting her goddamn skull beat in by her boyfriend, I bet she'll want someone to stop in and, hey, save the day. She ain't gonna be like, well, that's my boyfriend. He can beat me up all he want.
Right.
She ain't gonna say the bullshit then. So, Salaki, we have to understand that we cannot sit there and just watch. There's no more watching. Now, I understand like domestic violence type things. You know, you see some chick, a couple bickering in public. That's one thing. If you don't want to get involved, I totally understand. But it's another thing. You got a boyfriend or you got a girlfriend and they just beating a child in front of you. Ass whoopers are fine, but for a short period of time. Like, you don't want to just be fighting your child. You definitely want to break it up. Like, even you see it like a mother fighting her daughter because her daughter's hot in the ass. She's fast, all right? She's fighting her. You see her get in there and break it up. Like, all right, damn, babe, that's enough. That's it. That's enough. Like, all right, you don't bust the lip, you don't bust the eye. She still gotta go to school tomorrow. You don't want child services. You don't want child services to come in here, do you? You still got to go in and break it up and like, all right, that's your child, but I'm about to tell you what the fuck you about to do. Salaki. I'm about to tell you what you about to do. Like, we have to stop women from abusing that type of power, because why I'm so ticked off about the brother was because he said in the article, that ain't got nothing to do with me. And women always say that, well, this is my child. And when you take it on a person inside of a relationship, that becomes like your child. It becomes like your responsibility. And you have to be the authority, the disciplinary man over that child. Keep going on that article.
Court documents claim his stepfather did nothing to stop the beating. The stepfather of a 14-year-old boy who was beaten to death in late January has been charged in connection to the fatal incident, according to the Kane County Prosecuting Attorney's Office. Khalil Graham, 27, was charged on February 14th with 2 domestic violence offenses, second-degree murder due to criminal mistreatment, and first-degree manslaughter. He was arrested by Seattle police on Friday, and his arraignment is set for Thursday, February 27th. The teenage boy's mother, 29-year-old Danae Young, was charged on February 4th with second-degree murder, accused of beating her son to death with an extension cord when he did not complete his chores. Young pleaded not guilty.
Let me tell you something. This broad done beat her son to death and have the audacity to say that I ain't do it, what I did. When you read different articles, someone on the police report says, one says an extension cord, another says an HDMI cord. Black people, it was a black cord.
Right.
That's what she lashes. And if you keep going on the article, it'll tell you how the young boy died from his injuries. We're trying to fast forward and get to how he died. Keep going.
Young pleaded not guilty on February 13th, and her bail is set at $3 million. Graham was in the family South Seattle home on January 30th and did nothing. He said nothing. He didn't call 911. He didn't attempt to stop the merciless beating.
Let me tell you something. He did nothing because that woman told him, this is my baby. This is my boy. You can't tell me how to raise my son. You can't tell me how to whoop my son. Well, if he would have told you, your son would still be alive.
Right.
You would not be going to jail. And if that brother would have did something, he would not be going to jail, along with her simple behind.
Right.
Keep going.
Young and Graham have been together for over 8 years and are not legally married. But
let me tell you something, Slocky. They've been effing around for 8 years. They are married.
Right.
We don't need no sheet of paper to tell her who our woman is and a goddamn ring.
Right.
No, he been laying He been terrified to that behind for 8 years. That is his wife. Keep going, Salaki.
But refer to each other as husband and wife, documents state. They have 3 kids ages 6, 4, and 6 months. While Graham is not the father of the boy who was killed, Graham told police that he was raising the boy as his own, but I don't discipline him because that's not my place.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you why he felt like it's not his place. Because that baby daddy lurking around, telling him, if you touch my boy, I'm gonna bring some lead to you.
Right.
That's what I would have told him. In this house, there's rules. And if they don't follow these rules, discipline will be coming upon your child. Now, there's more than one way to discipline a child without you hitting them. Like I said earlier, a lot of us tend to think that disciplining your children is with that slave mentality of how our oppressors used to beat on us. And that's how we discipline children. It don't have to always be with whoopings, with extension cord or switch. And I used to get whooped with switches.
Right.
Like mom used to make me go out there, pick out my own switch. And if it was too small, she went and got another one. And told me that was and got a beating twice as worse. So had to pick up my own switch and get my own belt. So that's what our slave masters used to do. So he should have understood that if he raised like his own and been there for 8 years and the boy's 14, you got a little weight to carry. You could easily do some physical activities like push-ups, extra chores around the home, stuff in that nature. So there's a lot of things that stepfather could have done to that boy to discipline that child. All right, keep going.
Graham told police he was moving throughout the house during the boy's beating and could hear the boy being hit and screamed at. He told police he did not intervene to stop Young because I don't want to jump in and then I'm getting jumped on. You feel like I'm not even trying to have that type of day.
Let me tell you something. I'm going to interrupt you real quick. You know what it sounds like? She beats on him too.
Kind.
He felt like if he jump into this whooping session, that her and the son gonna turn on him. Fathers, boyfriends, husbands, stepdad crash dummies, whatever. You cannot be afraid of your woman. You had to be the one that had to say, I put this broad in her place.
Right.
You will not put your hands on me. I will restrain you with severe amount of pain.
Right.
I will restrain you and stop you from hitting on me. But you cannot be afraid of your woman when she's doing something like that. Like if you walk around the house, you hear the boy screaming and pleading for his life, it's enough is enough. All right, so continue.
Graham also told police that in these situations, my best bet is to mind my own business.
Mind your own business sends you to jail now. Damn, that's crazy work, right? Keep going.
Investigators with the Seattle Police Department found blood throughout the South Seattle home and bloody paper towels in the kitchen, which had been used to clean up the scene. Other items with blood spots were found hidden in a closet, police said.
She knew exactly what she was doing. Now, get to this part. Go down to the January 30th. Start from the middle.
In an interview with police, Young said she got fed up with talking to her son about the chores and she went too far. Young repeatedly hit her son with an HDMI cord, even after he pleaded with her to stop and told her multiple times that he was dizzy. She told police she thought he was lying.
Let me tell you something. It's just like you say, got the disobedient child, probably lazy, playing the game, talking to their friends, don't want to do nothing. Now, we all heard of kids saying all kinds of things to stop that beating, but when have we ever heard of them saying, hey, I'm getting dizzy? Like, normally like that lash to come, be like, ouch, mom, stop, I'm tired. Right. But now, no, I'm getting dizzy, mama, I'm getting dizzy. Right. Like, we have to, go ahead.
That's a lot. I done had plenty of whoopings in my days of being a child. I have never even thought of saying to my father or my mother, I'm dizzy.
I'm dizzy. It's more of a hey, this stings. Hey, mom, whatever you say, I'm doing.
Yeah, all I know is the screen.
Well, yeah, the young boy knew what he was feeling. Say, hey, mom, I'm dizzy. You
Right.
hitting me, I'm screaming, but I'm getting dizzy now. And she thought that in her mind, he just trying to make me stop hitting him. Like you've been hitting this child for 3 hours. You didn't think that was enough the first 2 minutes?
Good.
Come. Okay, once you scroll down, here's what we get to.
According to the King
Yeah,
County Medical
that's what I want to get with the sir. That's how he died. That's one of the sirs.
According to the Kane County Medical Examiner, the boy suffered at least 1,172 separate injuries during the abuse, which lasted over 3 hours. The medical examiner declared his cause of death was multiple blunt force trauma. He then suffered sudden inflammatory response syndrome.
Now, this is important because now y'all thinking like, okay, there's 1,000 lashes from an extension cord. How can this make you die? Like blunt force trauma. Well, he about to read right here how this young boy was unalive.
Sudden inflammatory response syndrome, in which the body sends blood to so many areas in the body that it cannot sustain the heart.
So the heart is responsible for pumping the blood. He has so many injuries. An injury on his pinky, an injury to his wrist, an injury to his shoulder, an injury to his back, injury to his foot, what he was bleeding at. And it had so many open injuries that the heart could not sustain blood. They were sending to those injuries to repair itself. The body was trying to repair itself. And he had so many injuries that it caused the boy to die because he had too many injuries. That is something serious. Like just imagine like all these lacerations you got, different spots in your body, and your body's trying to heal itself, and that's how you go. The love of your mother, you're supposed to get, she's the one that takes you out.
Right.
All right, Con, keep going.
The mother told police during the interrogation that she had physically hurt the boy before. She said it started in November of 2024, and she had hit him, punched him, put her hands around his neck, and used the HDMI cord to injure him before, according to court documents.
Let me tell you something. This right here, this mother here is diabolical. She's no mother. She is a beast. And as such, I'm probably gonna do a long period of time for this. This is not how you treat your children. This is not how you're supposed to discipline your child. This is how our slave masters treated us.
Right.
As a matter of fact, they're gonna get a scripture on this real quick. Give me Lamentations 4 and 3. The scriptures talk about how abusive a mother can be when she's been involved in that nature. Like we have to be the ones who say yes, no, or stop. You have to have like a line. And like just 3 hours is too long. Like they don't even fight in professional sports that got that damn long. 3 hours of just whoopings. Come on now. Like this right here is a diabolical beast right here. And she learned from her oppressor. Whenever you're ready.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 3. Even the sea monsters draw. Even the sea monsters.
Keep going.
Draw out the breast.
Let me tell you something. They said even the beasts of the sea, like they draw the breast when they're going to feed some of the young. Keep going.
They give suck to their young ones.
Come.
The daughter of my people is become cruel.
Oh my goodness! Like if our people has become cruel, like this denier has become cruel to this poor boy. Keep going.
Like the ostriches in the wilderness.
For those of you who don't know about ostriches, in the wilderness, what they do is they lay their eggs, and guess what they do?
They eat them.
No, they sit on.
Oh, God.
They sit on. The point was that what they're trying to bring out is the scriptures that sometimes even the simple animals still know to take care of their young.
Right.
But to our women has become monsters and cruel creatures to her young. And that was the point of bringing that scripture out, was because Denia is a cruel monster, and she's like an ostrich. She would just sit on her eggs. We just read an article that she punched the kid. choke the kid with an HDMI cord. Like, what she trying to teach him? Tough love? Is that what she trying to do? No, that was she more like she had that same type of trauma coming up to herself. So she learned that and teaching it to a child. Go ahead.
And for me knowing her personally, and I saw how she interacted with the men she dealt with back in school, like she also was a dragon. She was one of them girls, like she got to have the last word. Like she was real, she get violent at times. Like I done seen where one of her dudes that she been messing with try to correct her on something, and she haul up and punched this boy in the face. You feel me? So like the dude the stepfather, when he said, I'm not trying to let her jump on me or whatever. I know exactly what he's talking about, even though he's still a coward for not stopping that. You feel me? I know exactly when I read that part, that memory clicked back in my head. Like, yeah, she was violent. She was one of the ones that would jump on her boyfriend. You feel me? But it is what it is. That's just how she was.
And now both of them gonna lose all three of their children because he didn't do nothing. What he's gonna do, he's gonna pin it all on her.
Right.
And gonna say I didn't know too much because he did say like I heard it, but like just a regular ass whooping, they walking around or whatever. But that's what he's doing. He said he didn't want to get involved. Now we got to teach men or young boys growing up to be men that we cannot allow these type of disciplinary actions, these type of beatings, to take place. Like we got to do other methods of disciplining our children. Yeah, you got that little boy, the lazy is all get out, don't want to do nothing. They're going to test you. A good old wrestling match will suffice. A good old, let me sit him down. Let me take his doors. Let me take his phone. Oh, you like Fortnite? Let me take your system. Okay, now I need 100 push-ups. I need 100 squats. Now, the pain's going to teach you, or it's going to build you up too, but I need more laps. Now I need you to go to bed at 7, 8 o'clock because I'm wake you up at 4 in the morning. We're going to run in the morning. Now I'm going to make you take this trash out. Or I'm going to put all the trash in your damn room. And every time you don't, I'm going to deal with you like outside of school. So it can't be no just beating with an extension cord. Like, I wish I had another one. Like, that's pretty thick. Like this.
I don't know if you could put it in the.
Yeah, hitting someone with. So, yeah, that's pretty damn thick. Like to be beating a child for three damn hours. All right. So look, we had a little problems with some technical difficulties, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just save this class for next week. We're gonna talk about black and brown. I'll just make it the official part 2 or something. And what we do is we're going to like the black and brown people uniting. For like the past 2 regimes, mostly with Trump, but that's because he pushed the issue. But we've always been told that blacks and browns have like some of the same struggle, right? It's just that, they was here first and we came over here. In actuality, yes, we had the same struggle. It's just that they had different oppressors. Mm-hmm. We got all of us still a oppressor, but one oppressor spoke Spanish, the other one spoke English. So we all got these oppressors, right? So we got to understand that they suffer the same hell as us. If you think that we're not the same, no sweat. We're at least friends in this struggle. We're at least cousins. We're at least, this like my homeboy. So next week in this class, we'll go over the history about black and brown being united. When I say black and brown, I'm also counting the Native Americans in it as well. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in depth because you're going to see a lot of attacks on not just black people, but our brown brothers as well. And for those of you who think that we ain't the same, just look I encourage y'all to look at some old Hispanic photos. They had afros just like you and I. Some of you blackly black. Y'all got that curly straight hair too, and y'all still say y'all black. And some of y'all just as brown or just as black. So they are our people. They are our people who struggle with. Because if you think we're not the same, then look, they've been in the mud with you. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the class. I encourage everybody to tune in for Feast of Purim. That's coming up in March. I encourage everybody to save your money, pay your Passover fees. And all right, and I'm preaching also the rock of the Israelite School, the Universal Practical Knowledge. All right, we'll play the last video. Baba Kashar.